Hello folks, this is Sula speaking. You're listening to a commentary video on League of Legends, this one featuring Sona. And I'm going to be using the Silent Night Sona skin, so happy holidays to everybody. I'm playing in a pre-made team along with Speaker, who uses the username Ciderberg and is playing as Pantheon, with Maleficent, who's playing as Misfortune, Earthstrike, who's playing as Anivia, and then a final fifth person who we've picked, who is from one of my YouTube listeners, and who is playing as Ramus. I think the name is Snoopy. I don't know if it's Snoopy or Nuppy. I'm just going to use Snoopy, so I hope that that's right. So Snoopy is going to be joining us for this game, and so we have a full 5 pre-made team. One of the interesting things about this game is, as it turns out, there is no jungler on either team in this game, which is a little bit strange. We were expecting to have that. We actually thought that Nupi playing Rammus was going to be jungling, but then he decided he wanted to lane instead, so he's actually going to be playing in a lane in this game. So there's not going to be any jungler on either side, so a little bit weird, but in any case, we'll be doing the 2 champions top, 2 champions bottom, 1 champion mid. Speaker said something like it's going to be like when I first started playing the game a couple of months ago. Anyway, I took Clairvoyance and Flash for Sona. So you've already seen me Clairvoyance the enemy team's fountain so that we could see where they were heading. Speaker is going to take the middle lane. Up top, Earthstrike playing as Anivia and Maleficent playing as Misfortune are going to take the top lane. And then Nupi and I are going to head down to the bottom lane. And so we're going to have a Sona and Rammus lane down there. And there's the enemy team. You can see a lot of mana potions there on the enemy team, which is a little surprising. People generally don't buy a lot of mana potions, so this is going to be more of a fun game, perhaps, than a super high-level skill game, in any case. Right now, I'm trying to find out where the enemy team is located, so I'm going to Clairvoyance the brush there. And since this is the Holiday Sona skin, I'm going to show you her. So here, go ahead and listen. Yeah, so one of the features of the Sona skin is if you type in her joke command, she plays a little tune for you. Unfortunately, we don't have the Reindeer Cogmaw skin here to sing along with Sona. If you've watched the video that Riot Point put out to promote these champions, then you might have seen that. But anyway, it's a neat skin, holiday skin. It's actually relatively cheap. It's only 460 something Riot points, so I think that that's about $4 US. So anyway, I had the extra Riot points and I decided to pick this up. So in any case, if you haven't seen the skin before, here it is, and you get a chance to see it during this video. And there I used Clairvoyance to check to see if they were the enemy champions were in the brush, and they were not. Now, normally, when in a normal game, if I take Clairvoyance, I'm going to be focusing on trying to keep track of the enemy team's jungler, but since there is no jungler in this game, that means that there's not that much to keep track of, and so you'll see me going long stretches at times without using Clairvoyance here in the early game just because there's not much point for it. If all 5 enemy champs are on screen with us together, like see right now, all 5 enemy champs are accounted for, 1 mid, 2 top, 2 bottom, there's really no point in using Clairvoyance. If we can see where they all are, then there's really nothing to be checking out on the map. So Clairvoyance will be useful at times, but because there's no enemy jungler, perhaps a bit less useful in this game than in others, but I'll still be doing my best to try to get use out of it. Alright, in terms of this laning matchup here, we have a bit of an interesting lane because there are 2 different champs on the enemy side who both have area of effect skills. Anivia has her Glacial Storm, although not until level 6, and Nasus has his Spirit Fire, so they'll both be able to push the lane if they want to. Now there, although interestingly enough, there Anivia uses her wall, and notice Anivia's level 1, so Anivia apparently put her initial skill point into her wall, of all things, which is an interesting decision, to say the least. That's not what Anivia should probably be skilling first, but for some reason this person did. As I said, probably not the most skilled Anivia player. Anyway, I am focusing on last hitting and then getting in some harassment wherever I can. Their team's been playing pretty defensively for the most part, but like now Nasus comes forward a little bit, so I'm going to harass him. I use Sona's auto attack and Sona's Q, but apparently I wasn't in range for Sona's Q. Hymn of Valor is the official name. Apparently I wasn't close enough to hit him. Now here, like, Nasus is way out of position. Look how far forward he came, and now the 2 of us are going to be able to harass him. And yeah, you can see he's already down to maybe 20 to 30% life. He just, walked forward for no real reason. Anyway, harassment is good for us because we have Sona on our side. We have Sona heals. If we take damage, we can recover using Sona's heals. They're weak at low level, but they'll get stronger as I put more points in them. Their team doesn't have that, so they're going to be weaker overall if we keep harassing. Now, like right there, again, Nasus just walks forward, so again, it can keep harassing him. We may have even been able to kill him there if he hadn't had Summoner heal on him. So yeah, I mean, again, he just takes a lot of harassment. And while he's doing that, while this is going on, he's not getting any minion kills. So it's pretty obvious Nasus is just going to use his Spirit Fire for farming. And that's a very weak way to play the character. If you're going to play Nasus, you need to be getting last hits with his, I think it's called Siphoning Strike. It's his skill that increases damage for every minion that you kill with it. If you're not powering up that strike early in the game, then Nasus is really weak late game and doesn't do much of anything. So you need to be getting last hits with that skill. And he's not doing that. He's just staying back, and the only way he's getting any minion kills is with Spirit Fire. So not the right way to play Nasus. Anyway, you can see him still lurking around there in the back, but he knows if he comes forward, he's going to take harassment. Unfortunately there, Speaker was killed by Tristana in the middle lane. So that gives them first blood. And there, Anivia walls off their Nasus player. And here, if Nupi had been a little bit more aggressive, we might have been able to get the kill here. But he backed off for some reason. I'm not exactly sure. Just a little bit out of position. So, yeah, the one thing with Anivia's wall is if you use it in the wrong spot, you really can screw over your teammates. So anyway, Nasus is still low. He's still out of position. I'm going to zone him back here. I was hoping to hit him with Sona's Q or Hymn of Valor, but I missed, unfortunately. There, Anivia actually gets into pretty good harassment on me, but look, again, Nasus is out of position, and I'm going to finish him off with Sona's passive there that gives her additional damage every 3 spell casts. So, yeah, nice kill, but really Nasus was just so far out of position. He's just asking to be killed. That was really bad on his part. I almost even feel bad about getting that kill because he just looked like he was really clueless as far as what's going on there. And then I get to just clean up a couple of minions there on auto attack. So anyway, we get 1 kill, and now Speaker has come back to the lane and gotten a kill on Tristana. So that's very well done. Fortunately, he was able to recover from that first blood. Sometimes, if you get killed first in a solo lane like that, and they take first blood, you can just end up getting too far behind that you can't even compete afterwards, but fortunately that didn't happen there, so good play there. I'm not sure what's going on top lane. I didn't watch too much of the top lane during this game, but it looked like they were handling themselves okay for the most part. You can see they're back by their tower, so the enemy team's been pushing a lot. That's kind of where we want them though, because if they're up by their tower, then when Speaker playing Pantheon hits level 6, he'll have a chance to jump behind them and possibly get a kill. And there I'm going to harass Anivia, but I take a tower shot to do it, so it's probably not worth it. Anyway, you also saw me use Clairvoyance there for the first time in a while, and there we unfortunately take a death in the top lane. You saw me use Clairvoyance back there because I wanted to see what was behind the tower. That is, if Nasus was back in the lane, if he was coming to join us or not. And he was not there at the time. But now that he's back, Anivia has gone back to buy. And Anivia apparently has teleport. You can see she immediately just returns to the lane. Again, that's a waste of teleport. You don't need to do that. There's really no need for that. Were we going to push down that tower while Anivia was gone? No, absolutely not. So just a waste of a summoner skill. Speaker is waiting to jump right now. That's why he's standing in the fountain. He's going to jump somewhere. And I believe he's going to jump into middle lane behind Tristana. So I'm going to give him a little extra vision. And Speaker gets into some harassment. But unfortunately, we're not able to get Tristana. I guess we should have waited just a little bit longer so Earthstrike could get in there and stun that Tristana player with Anivia's, Flash Frost skill? I think it's called Flash Frost. The one that stuns in any case, Anivia's Q skill. Alright, now see they've pushed forward, but notice I did my buy at the correct time because while they were pushing this lane forward, I didn't miss out on hardly any minion kills, so now I have a chance to get minion kills here at the tower. I also get all this experience, so knowing when to go back is pretty key. So I'm able to get maybe 3 or 4 minion kills, and I get all the experience, and so I missed very little by going back to base there. Now Nupi says, okay, to initiate. I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So he's going to initiate here. He pops his ultimate Tremors. And here, if I could get off my Sona ult, we could probably kill one of them. But the problem was I leveled up during the fight. And I didn't feel comfortable enough using the hotkeys to both pick my ultimate and flash over Anivia's wall at the same time. So I guess if I had been a little bit defter with the hotkeys, if I had been able to put a point in Sona's ultimate and also flash over the wall, we probably could have gotten a kill there. But not so, weren't able to do it. So oh well. Needless to say, they're still sticking around here. So, and I'm getting in more good harassment on Nasus here. So if they continue pushing forward aggressively, we have a pretty good chance to get another kill here. And again, any damage they've done to us, I'm going to continue to heal with Sona heals. Over there you can see Anivia. Anivia is so far out of position. I'm just going to harass her. And there I use my ultimate. I'm actually aiming for Anivia, but I hit Nasus instead. And there's another summoner heal, but it's not going to be enough. So we're going to focus on Anivia here. She has her egg form, but that's still not going to be enough to save her. So can we get her? Yes, we take her down. And Nasus is coming after me, but I'm going to flash away. And now he's out of position. He's come forward very aggressively. And so Nopi's going to attack him, and I'm going to continue attacking. And here, even though I'm down to 40 HP, I movement boost Nopi to hopefully get the kill, but apparently he wasn't able to get the kill. I kind of thought that Nopi would be able to finish him off there. I was a little bit worried because I could have gotten killed by the minions there, only having like 40 life. So anyway, now here I'm going to farm up these minions. That was my goal anyway. Then I'm going to go back and heal. Or at least that was my goal. And then what? It's like, what the? Anivia? It's like, how did Anivia get there? And, well, the thing is, Anivia had, as her summoner skills, Revive and Teleport. I actually knew that she had Revive. I had paid attention to that before the game, so that's why Anivia came back to life so quickly. But she actually revived using Summoner Revive, and then immediately teleported, and probably into a ward in the brushes that we didn't know was there. So Revive, then Teleport finishes me off. So that's a mistake. That's a bad play. You see me typing to Nopi. I said, I knew she had Revive. I just didn't realize that she had Revive and Teleport. So yeah, bad play there. But it does form a good lesson as to why you always need to keep track of what summoner spells the other side has. Like I said, I knew she had Revive. I didn't realize she had Revive and Teleport. And there you see me checking Dragon. Now here, Nopi is not getting these last hits, and I'm not sure why. There's no reason not to be last hitting these minions. I mean, Anivia is not so strong that she can just walk up next to the tower and start harassing, so I don't understand that. Anyway, that's not the best play there. Yeah, so Nopi says that Revive gives a speed boost. It does, but I think that she teleported. I think she used her teleport to get back to the lane because she had that skill as well. Alright, anyway, these guys are in the bushes. One advantage of Clairvoyance is in another couple seconds, I can just use it on the brush if they're still there. Oh, and I'm going to use the ward I picked up a little bit sooner. Probably should have used my health bot during that last fight, but I didn't think about it. One of the things about the holiday skin set that they've set up is the health potions turn into eggnog, and that's real nice and all. It's kind of amusing, but it also makes you kind of forget that you have them because they don't look like health pots anymore. Anyway, just going to continue farming here for the moment. You can see the other teams in a very defensive position. Nasus is not getting any minion kills, but he's relatively safe back there. So, and there Anivia is going to harass. Now Nasus is going to come forward. Are we going to harass him? We should be able to get in some harassment here. It's just as soon as his Spirit Fire disappears. Anivia is over there in the brush. But she comes, well, now like right there, Anivia comes way too far forward. And Anivia does not need to come that far forward. Nopi playing Rammus could have taunted. Now Nasus ults, and this is a completely pointless ult. I have no idea why he's ulting here. You can see that only lasts for like 10 seconds, and that timer is already wasting. So I'm going to ult him next to the tower, so he continues taking tower shots. Now Nopi's going to use Ignite, and he's going to start taking Ignite damage. Meanwhile, we're just going to keep harassing him, and my Sona Q, Hymn of Valor, is going to finish him off. So easy kill. Nasus, no clue what he's doing. Bad play, bad play, bad play, a million times over. And that takes us to the end of this video, so stay tuned for part 2.